Yesterday I was watching TV. It was a sports show and they were interviewing an athlete, a hugely successful athlete. And I caught the program by accident and I was listening to what he was saying, and it was funny. He was saying, because of this injury, I'll never X, I'll never Y, I'll never be able to do Z, and so I'm retiring, or I'm doing this, and I'm just, the nature of my injury is I'm not going to ever be able to do this or this or this. And I just was kind of struck. The athlete is pretty young, and he obviously has enough financial capability to get the best medical help possible in the world, but yet he was communicating out of such an ignorance to what life would look like in 5, 10, or 25, 30 years. He was communicating about the future as though there was this great certainty to it when he wasn't even there yet. Now, I respect doctors' opinions and I respect prognosis and all of that, but to say some of the things that he was saying sitting at a young age that he's at, I was just like, man, you sound so defeated. You are communicating out of your ignorance for the future, and you're not even there yet. You don't even know what the future is going to look like. And in recovery, we do the same thing. I mean, we communicate that, well, she'll never be able to trust me again, and I'm going to be a doormat the rest of this marriage, and we'll never be able to repair our dysfunction, and we'll never get on the same page, and we'll never be able to trust each other, and our sex life will never be this and that. And there's just this spouting off about what the future is going to be like, and I just want to tell you, you don't know. You have no idea what your future is going to look like. You're communicating out of what you presume it's going to be like, but you're not there yet. You haven't even gotten to that point. And so to say what it's going to be like is so discouraging to even yourself. And it's a good parallel because lots of people that come our way at A Fair Recovery will say, we're never going to be able to do this, or we're not ever going to be able to do that, and he won't this ever, and she won't that ever. And it's like, I love to put the brakes on and go, but you're making some pretty significant assumptions, are you not? Well, we've been married for 10 or 20 or 30 years, so why are they going to change? Well, we were married for 10. Samantha was convinced that I would never change. I was convinced that Samantha couldn't ever change. But I'll tell you, after 22, almost 23 years of marriage, there has been some significant life changes on both our parts. I'm absolutely convinced that a person can change if they want to. I think one of the most debilitating things about infidelity is the uncertainty that you both feel. And I don't need to go to great lengths to describe it because you know what it's like. But that's one of the main reasons I think that you come to get expert help, because you don't know why your spouse has cheated. You don't know if it was a lack of boundaries when they travel and on the road. You don't know if there's an addiction. You don't know if they have fallen out of love with you and so they're infatuated, or they think they're in love with this other person. You don't know if it was just a one-night stand and that there's really nothing to it. You don't know. So there's this incredible amount of uncertainty. But uncertainty in many ways will try you, will test you, it will form you, and it will also reveal you. Uncertainty will try you because it'll find out what's inside you. It'll try you to see, are you doing this for the right reasons? Are you pursuing recovery because you just don't want to be alone, or because you're willing to do what it takes to heal the marriage? Uncertainty will test you because it will also reveal your heart. It will reveal your motives. It'll reveal whether or not you're getting it. It'll reveal whether or not recovery work is clicking. Because if you're only pursuing recovery under the auspices that you're guaranteed that it's going to work, that's not really bravery. That's not really humility. That's not really desperation. You're just doing it because you're guaranteed to have the end result. So there's not a lot of uncertainty. So you have a propensity to kind of just go through the motions. But when there's a great deal of uncertainty and you still pursue recovery and you still do the things that you need to do and you still do recovery work, you are being tested and to use a Bible analogy, you're going to come out as gold because your motives are pure. If you don't subscribe to faith, your motives are going to come out very pure because you're being tested and you're going to pass the test. Uncertainty will also form us because it molds us. What we do when we're uncertain speaks volumes. Do we pursue the things that we should be pursuing? Do we read books? Do we go to accountability meetings? Do we do an EMS weekend? Do we do things like that, even if we're uncertain? Because if we do, what it's doing is it's forming us, and it's creating the opportunity for you to go, you know what, I'm so uncertain. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm doing what is right because it's the right thing to do. And finally, uncertainty has a way of revealing what's going on. Because when you're uncertain, and when you don't know what the future is, but yet you still put the foot down on the accelerator, and you still are authentic and you are genuine, and you will put up with the different mood swings and the ups and downs of your spouse, and you'll put up with the pain and the hurt that you've inflicted upon yourself. You'll put up with the agony that recovery will sometimes be because of the fact that the uncertainty is revealing that you are genuinely committed to getting healthy. There's a whole host of people that would tell you early on they communicated out of their uncertainty, and they've come to see, like me, how stupid they were when they said, well, Samantha will never change and she's never going to get it, so I guess I'll just be here because I can be with my kids. I communicated out of my ignorance and uncertainty. I will tell you now that there's thousands of people that have come to the EMS weekend or come to the website who no longer communicate out of uncertainty, but now communicate out of certainty that they're living a life and a marriage and a recovery that they really never thought was possible.